Attacks, beatings, rapes, cars set on fire, shops looted, terror and aggression. This is what New Year's Eve looked like in Berlin, Germany. Germans have had enough. Die Welt writes about the bankruptcy of security policy, political scandal, and authorities avoiding responsibility. The Minister of Internal Affairs is busy explaining himself, while people are afraid to go out on the streets in the evenings.
Niemcy po polityce otwartych drzwi Angeli Merkel
After Angela Merkel's open-door policy, Germans really feel threatened. They feel unsafe. And what happened on New Year's Eve only confirms this very unfavorable situation. Something similar happened in the Netherlands and in many other cities in Western Europe. Well, it's the bankruptcy of the open-door policy, the multicultural policy. Aggressive illegal migrants from North Africa and the Middle East attacked police officers, paramedics, and ordinary people, turning New Year's Eve celebrations into terror and the streets into a battlefield. Over 400 attackers were arrested, but Germans are angry that their safety has been sacrificed for political correctness.
Zamiast świętowania
Instead of joyful celebrations, we had a spectacle of hatred, another spectacle of destruction, and the complaints of residents of Germany and other countries that this is happening again are senseless and pointless, because a normal, well-thought-out migration policy should have been pursued, and now it's too late. This German influencer wanted to prove that you can have fun safely in Cologne on New Year's Eve, but she was pelted with firecrackers and verbally abused by migrants during a live broadcast. In 2026, Paris, Berlin, and Amsterdam will once again see cars being burned, street riots, and rapes. They don't even tell the whole truth about what happened there. Let's remember that on July 1st this year, the migration pact agreed to by Donald Tusk and his team will come into force. Let's enjoy the freedom and security we have for now, but let's also mobilize all communities to ensure that Poland is not covered by the migration pact, so that Poland remains safe. Unfortunately, Tusk's team agreed to this pact. Today, the Dutch deeply regret their open policy towards Islamic migrants. During New Year's Eve, the streets of Amsterdam were turned into battlefields, and a historic church was burned down. France was also burning. Over 1,000 cars were set on fire. A man was stabbed in Marseille, 2 people were shot in Paris, and hundreds of officers were injured.
Zachód sam jest sobie winien.
The West has only itself to blame because it brought in an army of migrants. It pays them a fortune for doing nothing. It does not react when migrants rape white women en masse. The courts, in turn, release rapists, explaining that this is their culture. Even children in schools cannot eat ham sandwiches because it offends Muslims. The media were banned from writing about migrant violence. In Madrid, a Nigerian man threw his roommate from the 11th floor of a building, killing her instantly. And this is Florence, and a New Year's brawl between Moroccans and Tunisians.
Największa bolączka narodów Europy Zachodniej.
The biggest problem facing the nations of Western Europe is that the authorities in these countries are powerless. They are unable to cope with the wave of violence caused by immigrant communities. The authorities' hands are tied by the justice system, by the so-called rule of law, by progressive left-wing ideology. Unfortunately, however, it is not the politicians who have put their own citizens at risk who pay the highest price, but often defenseless people.